Okay guys, I know I somehow managed another 100 plus volume month. Please let me explain. Hey guys, what is up? It's HVL Manga here and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Yeah, I managed another 100 plus volume month in the month of July, but I have a couple reasons for that. Number one, Right Stuf had their annual birthday sale, and let's just say I went hard and I also picked up a lot of volumes in multiple series that I needed. So it was just a good time to catch up and get up to date with certain series. And number two, I found local shops around me and in my hometown that literally had manga for dollars. So I would argue like 90% of today's haul, I literally paid a couple dollars for so many of these volumes. So just keep that in mind. Make sure to look for deals. Don't worry, I'm doing okay. So let's not delay, let's get right into it. This is my manga haul for the month of July, and guys, this month went hard. So first starting off, this is just another pre-order that I do as these volumes come out, obviously, and that is Die Dark Volume 2. Die Dark is by the same creator of Dorohedoro, and if you guys know me or my taste at all, or if you've heard me talk about it, I love Dorohedoro, so picking up Die Dark was kind of like an obvious thing for me. So the next two volumes that I picked up this month, I picked up purely because of Suki Notes. Girl, if you're watching this, I hope it lives up to your hype. That is, I'm gonna totally butcher this, Yowamushi Pedal? Volumes 1 and 2. This is a biking manga, and honestly recently I've been getting more into sports manga, which you will see in today's haul, but she has just praised this series so much that I knew that I kind of wanted to give it a shot. So I just picked up the first two omnibuses. I don't know if I'll end up, collecting the entirety, maybe if I really do enjoy it. I know there's a lot of these omnibuses out, but I don't know. I'm interested to give it a shot. I hope I like it. Suki Notes, if you're watching this, you're a real one, and I hope that I like these. Next, moving on, this is the first thing that I got from the Right Stuf anime birthday sale. I got a majority of these. Some of them weren't in stock, so I did have to get them elsewhere. But I picked up more volumes of To Your Eternity. So now I am currently up to date with To Your Eternity. I picked up volumes 7 through 14 before I obviously had 1 through 6. And I'm so glad to have picked up more of these freaking volumes because I honestly really enjoy To Your Eternity. And I've always been wanting to pick up more, but I just never really had much initiative. But when I saw that they were on sale on Right Stuf, I was like, alright, we're gonna pick them up. I'm excited again to continue the story, and I hope that I like it continued on. I'm sure that I will, but now I'm currently up to date with this, which always feels so freaking good. But yeah, To Your Eternity, now I have another series to add on my pre-orders list. My pre-orders list every month is getting very large. Okay, so moving on, the next volume of manga that I picked up this month was a pre-order, and that is Hell's Paradise Volume 9. If you guys know me, you would know that I frickin' love Hell's Paradise. It's probably one of my favorite reads so far this year, and I think this cover is just so cool looking. I read this, it's a banger of a volume. There are only a couple more volumes left. I believe it goes up to volume 12 and then it's done, but Hell's Paradise is so frickin' good, and if you haven't given it a shot yet, I seriously recommend that you do. So the next volume of manga that I picked up this month is a newer series being physically released, and I read this and I adored it. It's not something that I would normally tend to like. There's a lot more comedy elements to it, but holy man, was it good. That is Mashall, I think, Magic and Muscles. This series is one of Shonen Jump's newer titles, or at least newer to being physically printed, and I literally loved it. I found myself laughing in parts of this manga, unlike any other manga that I've ever read. I will say, I love Harry Potter. Like, this tattoo, the little star thingies, is from Harry Potter. I would honestly say if you liked Harry Potter or liked the story, definitely give this a shot because there are a lot of very similar elements, but this is so good. I love it. Read it. I promise you, you'll probably like it. So the next volume of manga that I picked up this month was a totally random find, but oh my goodness. I always flip to such weird panels accidentally. So I picked up this volume because I've actually been wanting to give it a shot for a while, but it is out of print and can get more expensive, and honestly, I don't really want to start another series like that right now. I've done my time. But I found this for super cheap, decided to pick it up. That is MPD Psycho Volume 1. MPD Psycho is a Dark Horse release, and honestly, I don't really know a whole lot about it. I think it's a detective story or something of that nature, but again, I don't know if I'm gonna collect it in its entirety, but I found it for super cheap, so I'm like, alright, we're gonna give it a shot. But yeah, MPD Psycho, Volume 1. So the next couple volumes of manga that I picked up this month are very out of order, and I normally don't like to collect manga out of order because I like to read my stuff, obviously. But again, I found these for literal dollars, so I'm like, alright, we're gonna do it anyways. And that is Real Volumes 3, 4, 7, and 11. Real is a story that I've actually been wanting to get into because I've heard so many people sing their absolute praises about this series, and it seems interesting. The art is really good. The art is by the same individual that does Vagabond, so you know it's gonna be good. But I found these again for literal dollars, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I am going to pick it up. This is another sports manga. I believe it's wheelchair basketball. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I think Volume 3 is one that's difficult to find. And I am definitely going to be picking up the rest soon because I really want to get into this. That wasn't supposed to be a pun, but it kind of was. I really want to get into it. So the next manga that I picked up this month, I was actually able to pick the series up in its entirety, not all at one time, but again, I think I found 9 out of 10 of these volumes for literally dollars, and like the last one that I couldn't find I just bought on Amazon for like slightly under retail, so regardless, a great price, and that is Ikagami, The Ultimate Limit. Ikagami is a series that really wasn't totally on my radar, or I wasn't like actively seeking it out. I know East Coast Manga really likes the series, so then when I saw it in stores for the price that it was, I was like, alright, we're gonna do it, we're gonna give it a shot, and guys, I freaking loved this series. There are 10 volumes in total, and they're a decently quick read, so it doesn't take a lot of your time to read the series, but guys, I loved it. The next volume of manga that I got this month was, again, a pre-order, and that is Beastars Volume 13. Guys, I freaking love Beastars. You already know this. I was hesitant to get into the series, but then I got into it, and I am absolutely infatuated with it. I love it. It's so good. Volume 13 did not disappoint. I read this as soon as I got it. Yeah, Beastars is so freaking good. I highly recommend you give it a shot if you haven't already. So the next manga that I picked up this month is again a continuation of a series that I already have, and honestly, it's a little bittersweet for me. The ending, Okay, that is Blue Flag Volume 8. So, I don't know if you guys have heard anything about the ending, but I'm not going to spoil it, but some people really don't like it, and at first I wasn't entirely sure why when like reading the story, but then I got to the end and I was like, okay, I kind of get it. So this is basically a love triangle story, and at the end, it wasn't, for me, my frustration wasn't who ended up with each other. It was, they changed like perspective, like the reader's perspective of the story, and I really didn't like that. It kind of killed the ending for me. So it's hard because I love Blue Flag so much. It's a good series. I really enjoy it, but the ending was just a bummer. So this next volume of manga that I got this month, I actually forgot to include it in last month's haul until one of you guys commented, why didn't you get this series? And I'm like, oh wait, I did get it. And that is Fist of the North Star. So Fist of the North Star has a very similar JoJo's theme to it. Like, look at this man. His neck is bigger than my future. Basically, Fist of the North Star was kind of the inspiration behind a lot of, JoJo's, like the character designs and all that sort of stuff. The only thing that I knew about going into this series was the "you're already dead" meme. Regardless, I read it. Honestly, if you're looking for something that's just freaking action-packed and just a dude just wiping out a ton of other dudes, this is for you. So the next couple volumes of manga that I got are all part of the same series, and that is Vagabond and the Vizbigs Volumes 3, 4, and 11. So I've had Volumes 1 and 2 of Vagabond for a while, and I just kind of haven't taken much initiative to get the rest, but then again, found 3 and 4 for literal dollars, and Volume 11 was actually gifted to me by Kira and Tommy. You guys are absolutely amazing. Make sure to go check them out. All their stuff in the description box down below, but I am very excited to have more volumes of Vagabond. I really enjoyed the read, and yeah, I need to complete this soon. I just haven't quite taken the initiative yet, but Vagabond, good freaking stuff. So these next 2 volumes are part of a series that I want to collect eventually, but I'm not really like actively seeking it out. I'm gonna find them when I find deals on them. And that is Blockade Battlefront volumes 10 and 9. So I actually just randomly found these in a store, and I don't think these are the difficult ones to find at all, but I'm like, alright, you know what, when I find it, I'm gonna buy it. This is a series, it is out of print, Dark Horse, we all know the deal, but I'm just kind of taking my time with it, so when I find volumes, I'm gonna pick it up. The next volume of manga that I got this month, it was funny because I posted the reacting to your manga collections video, link in the description box down below, and I said that I wanted this volume, and then I went out shopping and I found it, and I'm like, okay, this is a sign, but I picked up Giganta Maxima by Kentaro Miura, which is by the same creator of Berserk, and that's honestly the primary reason why I wanted to get this, because of him writing this, right? Berserk is my favorite of all time. You already know, gotta support. So I found this, and yeah, I don't know, I'm excited to get into it. It seems interesting. You can definitely tell the art is very similar, and the art is very good at that. But yeah, Giganta Maxima, I'm excited to get into it. So next up, these two volumes are part of an out-of-print, again, series that I will collect and want to collect eventually in its entirety, but again, kind of like Blockade Battlefront, I'm really taking my time with it. I'm not in a rush by any means. I actually went to a Books A Million and I found both of these volumes for literally $3 each, and I'm like, okay, bet. That is Reborn Volumes 1 and 2. Reborn is again a series that, I don't know, I've heard decent things about, and it seems kind of interesting, and I want to give it a shot. I'm glad that I found volumes 1 and 2, so that means I can actually read this. A lot of you guys did say before that this series isn't actually completed in English, which is always a bummer. I hate when that happens, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do with that. Maybe I'll just read the later half online or something like that. Not entirely sure, but I'm just excited to have these first two volumes. I won't say they're super expensive, but for finding them for $3, that's a freaking good deal. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the things that I got from the Right Stuff anime birthday sale, or at least a majority of what I got. The first series that I picked up, this is one that, believe it or not, I've been wanting to try for a long time at this point, but I never really committed to getting it until obviously the birthday sale. I will say these volumes were not included in the sale, but I am a member and I had like a 10% off discount, so it was much cheaper than what it normally would be. And that is the Heroic Legend, ooh, it's very, very bright. The Heroic Legend of Arslan. This is by the same creator of Full Metal Alchemist, and I think that's, you know, one of the main reasons why I wanted to give it a shot. I will say the art is very similar. Like, I look at that and I'm like, Greed? Is that you? I'm really excited to get into this. I read the first volume and I did really enjoy it. I picked up the entirety of what's been released so far, so volumes 1 through 14. Again, they were so cheap, so I'm like, alright, we're gonna do it. Again, I am very excited to get into this. I haven't heard a whole ton about this series, but from what I have heard, people do tend to enjoy it. Alright, so the next manga that I got from the Right Stuff anime birthday sale, this one was actually from the birthday sale, and I got caught up with Golden Kamuy, which, guys, thank the Lord, because I hate it when I get into a series that already has a bajillion frickin' volumes released. It's always such a pain, but I'm really glad that they went on sale so that I could scoop up the rest of the series. So now I am completely caught up to date with Golden Kamuy, so that means volumes 1 through 22. I had 1 through 4 previously, so I picked up 5 through 22. I'm very excited to have the rest of the series. I do really enjoy it, and yeah, Golden Kamuy, thank goodness that it went on sale because I needed it. Okay, so that was everything from the Right Stuff anime birthday sale, so now I'm going to get into more of the larger sets, and then lastly, some of my favorite picks, and then some other random stuff that I got. This is kind of a very overarching haul. Okay, so first up, I picked up volumes 20 through 29 of Slam Dunk. So I actually only had volume 1 before, so it's kind of like, why are you picking up 20 through 29? Again, found them for literal dollars, and people are scalping the crap out of these volumes. Guys, they're not out of print, they're just out of stock. So I picked up the 9 volumes that the store had. I've heard so many freaking good things about the series, and I'm just very excited to get into it once I have more consecutive volumes, because I'm not about to read 1 and then go to 20. That's not how numbers work. So next up, these couple volumes are completely random and out of order, and it sucks, but again, when you find volumes for literal dollars, you pick them up. So I picked up volumes of Toriko. So Toriko is a older Shonen Jump title that is, again, no longer in print. So I picked up volumes 12, 14, 16, 17, 27, 37, and 39. This is all that the store had, and I want to get Toriko eventually. Like other series, this isn't something that I'm like actively seeking out and really pursuing. So the next manga that I got this month was a Lot of One series, and I am so, actually, like, I'm so genuinely excited for this series. Probably one of my favorite pickups this month. I picked up a lot. I'll show you what I got, but I picked up a lot of Eyeshield 21. Eyeshield 21 is a football manga, and I've heard really good things about it, and I love football. I freaking love football. So I knew I needed to pick this up. It was funny, the store that I went to had so many volumes of Eyeshield 21, and I'm so glad that I went there and that I found them. Again, each of these volumes were for literal dollars, so I am so excited for this series and for Eyeshield 21. I cannot wait. I do have a couple volumes that I am still missing, so I'll put the ones that I'm missing here. I can't remember, to be honest, but the ones that I'm missing do tend to be the expensive ones, so that's kind of a bummer, but I will get them eventually. If you're selling them, let me know for not astronomical prices. Let me know, because I want to finish this, but Eyeshield 21, very excited. Okay, so moving on to probably some of my favorite pickups this month. The first pickup that I got, the only reason that I am collecting this series is because I found one volume in particular, and I picked up Barakarano Hours volumes 1 through 3 and volume 6. If you know anything about this series, you would know that volume 3 is freaking expensive and not the easiest to find. Volume 3. This is volume 3. So freaking expensive. I was able to find it for retail, which is absolutely insane, and it's in great condition, not ex-library. I can't believe that I found this for the price that I did. All the other volumes I got, some of them I got for retail or a little under retail, I think from just Amazon. I'm not like super pressed to get the rest of them, because I know the rest of them are easy to find, but yeah. Barakarano Hours volumes 1 through 3 and volume 6. Guys, I'm freaking excited. Okay, so the next volume of manga that I got this month is, again, probably one of my favorite pickups, mainly because this is the last volume that I needed to complete this series. I have been looking for this volume for literally ever, and I finally found it. I'm gonna be honest, I did pay more than I wanted to for this volume, but to me, it's freaking worth it because now it's freaking done and I can read it in its entirety in one go. And that is Eden, It's an Endless World, Volume 8. If you know anything about Eden, obviously it's out of print, and Volume 8 in particular is pretty difficult to find for not literally astronomical prices. I did pay, again, a good amount for it, but not what I could have paid for it, if that makes sense. So now I have a complete Eden collection, and I am so beyond thrilled. Okay, so the next couple things that I got are still manga that I got from Kinokuniya. Don't know if I said that right, but they are in Japanese, and you're probably wondering, can you read Japanese? No, but I always like seeing books, and especially manga, in their original format. I just think that's really cool. So I did get some Japanese volumes, and I wanted to show you guys what I got. So the first volume that I got, this is kind of random. I picked it up because I thought it looked cool, and I've heard decent things about it. I know it's getting an English release soon, but I'm like, you know what? We're gonna pick it up anyway, and that is Record of Ragnarok. So honestly, I do not know a whole lot about this series. I'm gonna be completely honest. I know there was an anime recently released for it that apparently was crap, so I didn't even watch it. But Record of Ragnarok, it just looks like a bunch of really buff dudes just killing things, and honestly, I'm here for that. Okay, so moving on, the next couple volumes that I got in Japanese are some series that I really love, and I wanted to get them in Japanese, which I thought was just kind of cool. So the first one that I got, Full Metal Alchemist, yeah, Volume 1. Just really cool to see it again in its original translation and original format. This is a really nice cover. It's kind of like a matte type thing, but yeah, really cool. I don't know, I just love, again, seeing it in its original language and format, so yeah, I already have Fullmetal Alchemist, not even in the singles, but this looked cool. The next Japanese manga that I got was Volume 1 of The Promised Neverland. This is a series that got me into collecting manga, so I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna pick it up. Again, it's just cool to see it in its original format. I don't know, it's just cool. And then the last two ones are from the same series, and that is Naruto. So I picked up Volume 2 of Naruto in Japanese. I don't know why I picked up Volume 2. I think there was Volume 1. I don't know why I picked up 2 instead of 1, but here we are. And I also picked this up. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It looks like a book that like just goes into more detail about certain scenes in Shippuden. And I picked this up. I don't know if you guys know what this is or you have any other insight for me. So those were all of the Japanese manga / item that I got, but I also did get an art book, which I'm so glad that I did. It is in Japanese, so I don't know what it says, but it looks freaking cool. I think this is going to be the start of my art book obsession. I love this. I've flipped through it so many times. I picked up the JoJo's art book, and you know what? I got on the JoJo's hype train, and I am fully here now. I am on board, and I am just cheering it on. Basically, this just has a lot of sketches and designs and just different things from each part. So, you know, we have Phantom Blood, Battle Tendency, you know, Stardust Crusaders, you know. But it's freaking cool. Like, I love seeing the designs, and like, it's so good. I genuinely love it. So the next couple things are like more merch stuff. This is kind of just like this is just a pin that I found that I thought was really cool. It's just a Dio pin. You guys see that? I saw it and I'm like, oh, I'm absolutely getting that. Dio is my freaking favorite. Okay guys, so that is all of the manga. Again, I realize it's a lot. Just a heads up, I want to let you guys know I probably won't be posting next week, mainly because, well, no, because I will be on vacation. So I'm not going to be with my manga, obviously, but I am going to continue posting on Instagram as I always do. So make sure to follow me on Instagram at HVLManga if you still want to know what I'm up to. But guys, yeah, that is today's video. It's a freaking lot, I know. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. But yeah, I can't believe it. Another 100+ volume month.